You're having a laugh.
Pretty nice.
I'm an English teacher, not fucking Tomb Raider.
Horror movie maniacs, horror movie maniacs, will make you scream and laugh. Horror movie maniacs. Grab poses, what did you hate today? Then scream, what believe you say? From ghostly ghouls to eerie scores, go dig deep in the horror's core. Horror movie maniacs, horror movie maniacs, will make you scream and laugh. Horror movie maniacs, horror movie maniacs, will make you scream and laugh. Horror movie maniacs.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Horror Movie Maniacs podcast. Thank you for tuning in. I am one of your hosts, Ben, and I'm here, as always, by my co-host, Grant.
Hello and good morning.
Hello and good morning. I know. What have you done to me?
I know, well, I just felt like doing it in the morning.
Fair enough. I did
There is a
not.
giant bug trying to headbutt my back door for some reason.
Pardon. Interesting start.
Yeah, I just saw him. He's headbutting the window, but he's massive. No, he's gone now.
Wow. I mean, I didn't want to scare you, but there's somebody behind you.
It's Barry.
That's right. It's Barry. Yes. He's harmless, isn't he, Barry?
Well,
Not really. That's a lie.
I mean, it's hard to tell which one's which, really.
Yeah. That's it. Crawlers 1 to 10, I like to call them.
Are you well?
I'm well. Yourself?
Yeah, nice and... Well, I mean, it's not early at all, but you seem to have an issue with 10 a.m., so...
Yeah, so for the first time ever, we're recording this episode in the morning.
I know. Play some
Which,
sort of trumpet. A quiet one,
Yeah.
because it's the morning.
Oh yeah, sorry. Which don't sit well with me, to be honest, but Grant bloody loves it.
10 a.m.?
It's not early, I know.
Yeah.
just-
I don't know what your point is then.
Just don't feel right, does it?
Well, I mean, it feels great.
You're fresh, you're relaxed, you're ready to go.
Yeah, I haven't just been to work all day and come home and done a pod. You know, this is the beginning of my day. You know what I
so
mean?
yeah. Good point, Grant. Well said. Right.
Indeed.
Shall we tell our beloved listeners and viewers what we're going to talk about? I mean, Barry behind you, if you're watching on YouTube, gives it away.
Let's talk about it before we descend into
Ooh.
an argument.
Yes, let's dive in. Right. So we
Winnie the
Pooh. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh 2. No, The Descent, as you know from the title of the bloody episode anyway. So yeah.
It's not really a spoiler, is it, that, when we give it
No,
away?
of course not. Of course it ain't. No,
Unless
no,
you
no.
weren't paying attention and you just pressed the latest episode because you're such an avid fan.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe they're listening to us back to back to back to back to back.
Or they may not be able to read English. You know, we do have some
Yeah.
international listeners.
True, or it might have just popped up by accident, and
Yeah. We are TikTok famous now, so maybe.
you are.
Yeah, I am. But are we
I'm
really
not.
surprised?
You're TikTok famous with your nearly 30,000 views on one post.
Isn't it? I wish I
Yeah.
could make sense of it. We'd be rich if I could make sense of it.
I don't understand TikTok at all, but then I am old. So
No, but I've tried things. Just when I think I've got it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
right, let's do that again. No,
I know.
no.
Fucking
TikTok's
weird.
like, jog on.
Yeah, 4 views.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Stupid, isn't it?
So we're going to be talking about, like we just said, The Descent, which we have now watched a few times, I believe. Although the last time I had some alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, I fell asleep. But
You fell asleep. Brilliant. Good
yeah,
work.
of course. But I know this film. I've watched it many times. So
And I bet it's fine because you've probably got hundreds of notes.
yeah.
So I love how you said that so confidently. Yeah. I have, actually. Yeah.
I mean, I would show you, but it's too big. Like the book's too heavy. Like,
Yeah,
It's not.
it's all right,
It's
mate.
not.
I believe you. Don't worry. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Let's
Yeah.
just, we should probably not ramble too much because,
get told off.
get told off. Anyways, right. So The Descent. We should probably start with the trailer. Should we start with the trailer?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Now just give me a smile.
Juno, are you sure we're going the right way?
I've never been lost in my life. There's only one way out of this chamber, and that's down the pipe.
I'm stuck. I can't breathe. Okay, Sarah, you have to calm down. I'm coming back. Okay? Okay. Okay, move! Now! Now! This is not good, guys.
Can we get out of here? Which way?
I don't know.
Sarah thinks she saw someone back
So
there.
what?
I don't think I saw someone. I saw someone. No, you heard something and you saw what you wanted to see. It's the dark. It plays tricks on people. Ah, please! Is there anybody there? Hello?
What was that?
I told you I saw someone! Batteries on our lights will run out.
Very nice.
Very, very nice.
Did you like that?
I mean, I definitely heard it all, so yes, I loved it.
Good, good. Right. Well, now that's out of the way. Do you want to give the listeners a synopsis?
Yeah, I do, though, however, have a problem with their front cover.
Oh no, not already.
I don't hate it, so it's all right. It's like them sort of shaped to look like some sort of skull.
Well, yes.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the feet, which are meant to be the teeth, and
Yes.
our main lady, what's her name? Shauna.
Shauna McDonald.
Yeah, Sarah Shauna does. Her left and right feet are facing the wrong way, so
I'm gonna have to have a look now, aren't I?
yeah, it looks like she's got the wrong
on.
feet. Right, anyway, a caving expedition goes horribly wrong as the explorers become trapped and ultimately pursued by a strange breed of predators. And I think that is just a completely accurate synopsis.
Was that it?
Yeah,
Okay. I
it
mean,
nails it.
It is accurate. I'm not going to lie. This
Pretty
is a
much
lean.
exactly what it is.
I say this is a lean film, but I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
No, and I was watching it last night thinking, as we typically go through the story,
Yeah.
I don't see how we can because it's just a series of cave bits.
Well,
And
I was
and that's
going to
not a
come on to
negative.
that. No, we'll come on to that. But let's try and be
Yeah.
professional about this and have some
Go for
kind
it.
of order. Order. Let's have some kind of boring order. Exactly. Bang your gavel.
Don't you dare have any fun.
No, we won't have any fun. We'll try and stick to the order. Okay. No, I'm sure there'll be fucking loads of tangents, which is what it's all about. So,
If we're allowed.
you touched on the main character there. So, shall we have a quick run through of the cast and all that
Yeah.
jazz? All right. Have you got it there in front of you on your notes?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to start anyway? Just because?
Yeah, I mean, I've got them all up here, but you go for it.
Well, you go for it.
All right, Shauna McDonald.
Boom. There we go. Done.
Has she done much
Yeah.
else, Shauna?
She has actually. Yeah.
Has she?
Hmm. Would you like me to tell you?
Oh, she was in Filth. That's a really good film. I bet you haven't seen
Seen
it.
that? No, of course I haven't seen it. Fuck's sake.
No. All right, yeah, you go ahead. You run me down.
Was that Michael Fassbender in that? Well, no,
No, that's,
James McAvoy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know the one.
decent that.
Looks good. Anyway, she was in a little werewolf film called Howl. That was all right. She
Bet
was
it wasn't.
in. She was apparently. Now I don't recall this, but apparently she was in Saw 6.
Eh?
Might have to watch that later now.
What was she? Maybe she was one of the
She's
survivors.
probably just a background character.
She might. Or she might have been one of the. You know, the carousel where they've got all the office workers.
Yeah, she might have
She
been.
might have been one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I like the opening of Saw 6. It's got a good friend, Tanitra Howard, on there.
Yeah, there it
In
does.
there,
We love Tanidra.
Pound of Flesh opening. That's a good one.
She's armless, and I love her.
Do She's a bloody legend.
Yeah, go and watch our Saw episode because we've got a very special intro from her on there. And if you don't know who that is the survivor from Saw 6.
Or just listen to it.
That's what I'm saying. Go and listen to. That's what I just said.
No, you said watch it. Do you want to fight?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, go
Shauna
listen
McDonald.
to it. I mean, yeah, sure.
Shauna McDonald. Do you know this won't come as a surprise, but she was in The Descent too.
Ah.
Which don't say it yet. We'll talk about that later. Yes, briefly. Anyway,
do you know what? That's not going to be my special segment either. The second one.
No,
I've got a
no.
special
No, I've
place
got-
for that.
yeah, I've got something for your special segment, shall we say? Right, we got Natalie Mendoza, who plays
Juno.
badass, but morally not nice.
Cheating bitch.
Juno. Yeah, there we go. She was in.
Spoiler.
No surprise, she was in The Descent too.
Oh god, yeah, wasn't she?
I know. Blood Drive, Moulin Rouge as well, apparently, which is a really good film. Have you
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
that?
Moulin Rouge. Yeah. She was in
Okay,
something else
cool.
quite big that I liked, but I can't remember
Yep.
what it was now.
Do you want to have a little look while I do the next bits?
I think she was in an episode of Jack Ryan as well.
Okay, fair. You got Mayana Buring, who was Sam.
Mm-hmm.
She was in Kill List. She was in. That's a really good film. If you haven't seen Kill List, bleak, very bleak.
Not sure.
It's a good film. It's a good one. The Witcher.
Oh, I didn't like The Witcher.
I quite liked the early bits, early
I
seasons.
like the Penny for Your Witcher or whatever it is. That song. That's good.
Oh yeah.
Didn't like the rest of it.
She's in Doomsday, which was also done by Neil Marshall, I think. Yeah, that's quite good as well. It's quite fun.
Doubt it.
A post-apocalyptic England where it's like Mad Max in England, kind of.
Okay.
And she is in The Descent too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like flashback style. Isn't
Can you
it?
see where I'm going with this? Yeah.
Yeah.
I should
Very
probably
much
speed it.
follows the theme of the movie as well, doesn't it? Anyway, you carry on.
It does. I should probably hurry up. Alex Reed plays Beth. She is in something called Arachnid, Last Orders, and Descent 2.
Ah. I didn't see that one coming.
No? Caught me
No.
by surprise.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
shocked.
Saskia Mulder plays Rebecca. She was in The Beach. Holby
Oh, The
City.
Beach was good, wasn't it? Wasn't The Beach
The Beach was good.
DiCaprio film?
Yeah. Yeah, I like
Yeah, that
that.
was
Good
decent,
film.
that.
Good
Yeah.
film. She was in Holby City for many
Wow.
years.
Well, that makes sense, though.
Does it?
Well, yeah, Holby City's like a proper British staple, isn't it? And she's... Oh, no, well, is she British? She's not British,
Yeah,
is
but
she?
she's not British. She's the not British one.
Oh, well, I don't have any logic to it then, sorry.
No, you don't. She's in The Descent too, anyway.
What?
And
What?
then, and then finally, I know, Nora Jane Noon. I think I've said that right.
Ah, yeah, looks
The
right.
Irish girl who plays Holly. She was in The Descent 2.
No.
Not heard of that.
No.
Doomsday, which again we've mentioned already.
Oh, with her mate.
Beyond the Rave, I've put down, no idea what that is. Sounds like something you'd be doing.
Sounds like a documentary about acid heads.
Yeah, probably is. And then
Yeah.
a film called Darling. Now, a little while ago, I watched a film called The Woman.
Oh, yeah, I know that, yeah.
Which is completely bleak and weird in a good way.
Yeah, it's very good.
And then at the end, it played. I think I watched it on Amazon Prime, and it comes up with other recommendations. And it had Darling underneath, and I think Darling was the name. Was it of one of the girls in it?
No idea, mate.
And I was thinking, oh, is that a sequel? So I watched the trailer, and it had the same woman in, and yeah, it turns out it is a sequel to The Woman. So there you
Wait,
go.
what's The Woman? Have I seen The Woman?
It's where a dad just finds a woman, basically, like a
Oh, yeah.
he
She's a
like
bit
can't speak,
mental, yeah.
and he takes her back and chains her up in his
Yeah, I know,
barn.
yeah. I've seen it. Yeah, and I've seen Darling as well. Oh, is that her? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's good. That was a good film,
There we
Darling.
go. There's also a couple of other people in this, but I haven't mentioned them. There's the guy who plays Paul, and there's the little girl
bastard.
who plays the daughter Jess. But we haven't touched on those because they are barely in it, let's say. But
Yeah, good. Well, not the little girl. She was nice, but
yeah, that was
husband.
a shame. That was a shame, but it made sense for story point.
I
Anyway,
mean, does
quickly,
it though?
yeah, we'll come on.
Was that whole bit necessary? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, we've got to follow structure. Sorry, God. Come
No,
on,
we
Mum,
haven't
let's
got
get
to
on with
follow it,
this.
but I just want to do it. Let me do it.
Just do it now.
Yeah. That's becoming your thing.
Yeah, always was.
Do it again.
2
Brilliant.
weeks.
Leads us nicely into the budget somehow. There you go. Budget was, do you want to have a guess?
15 million.
No, fucking hell. What?
I don't know budgets.
3.5 million English pounds
Oh, I was way off.
because it's a UK film, isn't it? So,
I should have thought that from the effects in when they're trying to portray the big cave bit.
yeah. Again, that'll
Sorry,
come up in
sorry.
conversation soon. No, it's fine. And then the box office take for this was actually really good. So 57.1
damn
US dollars across the world, which translates to 42.8 million pounds.
I mean, that's a pretty profit, that, isn't it?
So yeah, very profitable. It was directed by a guy called Neil Marshall, as we touched on, English director. So he is also known for Dog Soldiers, which came out in 2002.
Oh yeah, I know Dog Soldiers. Yeah,
Which I absolutely adore. It's very, very English. The humour is extremely English.
I mean, I wouldn't go that as far to say I adore it because I don't typically like werewolfy films, but it was all right.
No, that's fair enough. Each to their own, but you're wrong.
Okay.
Like I said, he did Doomsday, which I saw a while back, and that's not a bad watch either. That was 2008, and then he had a bit of a rest, I think, and then he did Hellboy, which I haven't seen in 2019. So not
that's the terrible one that everyone hates.
not the Guillermo del Toro ones
With Ron Perlman, yeah, they were good.
Yeah, this was the latest one with David Harbour, I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I heard that everyone hates it. So
yeah, same. I might give it a watch at some point. And then 2020 we had The Reckoning, which is like a medieval horror, I think. Haven't seen
that.
Haven't seen it, probably won't see it. But I like Marshall. Well, I liked his early stuff. Yeah, there you go.
Don't know.
I've got a feeling, didn't he do a film recently called The Lair?
The Lair?
Yeah.
Don't
Was
know.
that him?
I don't know.
Which is a bit.
I don't even know what The Lair is.
It was a bit Descent-like. Quick, type it in.
Oh yeah, The Lair. Yeah.
He did that, did he?
He did.
Because that was bloody terrible.
Yeah,
So-
it looks pretty bad.
Yeah, it was awful. So
Okay.
there you go. Ratings for this on IMDb, 7.2 out of 10.
That's pretty fair.
That's pretty fair.
That's quite generous, actually.
It is for them. Rotten Tomatoes is 87%.
That's fair, yeah.
Letterboxd, let's down again, 3.6 out of 5.
So if you compare that in terms of 7.2 out of 10 and a 3 out of 5, whatever, it's probably about the same, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose, but IMDb is always a bit harder to
I'm
please.
harsh, isn't it? But 7.2
Letterboxd,
good.
Yeah, the average from Letterboxd is like what all the users rate it. So
Yeah.
and then on Google, strangely, it has 100%,
Was that one person?
which I don't know. Yeah, so there we go. It was
They
released
really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was released on the 8th of July, 2005 over here in the UK,
Well, that's depressing, isn't it?
but it took over a year to come out in America. So 4th of August, 2006 in America.
Oh.
Yes, and there is a reason why it came out early over here. So there was a big American film coming out about caves called,
Oh, God.
wait for it, The Cave.
Oh, Jesus, you had me there.
So the studio and Neil Marshall were worried that was going to overshadow The Descent, so they rush released
Nothing to worry about.
it. No, they rush released it here in the UK. And there you go. Then after that went to some film festivals in America before launching in the cinema there.
Okay, well, that's good. The name of the cave, it gives you an exact idea of how much creativeness they all had in making that film. So they make this movie, and then they're like, let's be really clever and call it something really clever. The Cave, yeah, that'd do.
Yeah, I was going to say something really generic. Yeah,
That's the attitude of the whole film, because Jesus
exactly.
Christ, I hate it.
The whole film was generic and boring. So, yeah, I had a couple of all right moments. I like the idea of it was like a parasite that gets into them and changes them, but
It's just so cheesy and not even necessarily cheesy.
yeah, it wasn't worth. It's not worth watching if you haven't
It's
seen The
not.
Cave. Don't bother.
Just if you're unknown between if you want to claustrophobic cave type movie and you're not sure, don't watch The Cave.
No, watch The Descent.
Bunch of shit fish. That's the whole film.
Yeah, basically. Right. That's that
What next,
then.
boss?
What do you want to do next?
Don't know. What did I hate? I'm really ready to go.
No, that's later.
Damn it!
We've got to talk about the story and shit first. You can't do what did we hate and we haven't discussed any story plot points or anything.
Oh,
Can
you've got to
you?
do a spoiler warning, Ben. You've got
Got
to
to
do a
do a
spoiler warning.
spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. Here it comes.
Warning. Warning.
There it was.
Wait, do you have a special thing for that now?
Yeah,
Well, that's cool.
I had one before. I think I forgot to put it in the last couple.
Yeah. Story.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to go through scene for scene on this because
No. Should we just say that it's about? There's a big incident at the start which kicks off the whole film. So there's a woman called Sarah whitewater rafting with her friends Juno and Beth. Her husband is there as well, and the little girl, their daughter Jess.
I didn't care for this whole scene.
Really, it sets up the whole film.
I think it's stupid.
Fucking hell! I'm surprised. Is that what did you hate? Is that why you want to do it?
No, it's not what I hated.
No.
I don't get
crazy.
it. Like, why is the little girl and the husband on a rock while they whitewater raft?
Well, it's just so the accident can happen, isn't it?
Yeah, but just get in the car.
But it also hints at a thing further down the line. Did you not pick up?
Yeah.
So Paul, the husband, helps Juno out of the water,
Hmm.
and then Beth looks over at him as if to say, "I know what you're doing."
Hmm.
Basically,
It's a bit friendly,
Sarah's
that, isn't it?
yeah, Sarah's oblivious. They get in the car, and there's a great scene, a horrible but great scene.
It's good, but I didn't need it. Don't know.
The husband seems a bit he's a bit off, isn't he, with Sarah, Paul, and
Yeah,
then
being a bit of a knobhead, isn't he?
yeah, and then next minute he gets it anyway. So there's a big old car crash, and we get some poles going through his face. Luckily, we don't see the girl die.
Yeah.
It's just implied. But yeah, we got a horrific scene of the poles smashing through the car.
That
You see all the
bit I
blood.
don't mind. I get the need for the car crash. I totally get that. It's just the white water
Yeah.
rafting bit was just really lame for me.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's just
Cheesy.
a couple of minutes exposition, and it's setting it all up so you can see their friends, I suppose. But
Don't
that's
need
fair
it.
enough if you think it's full of cheese
Anyway,
holes.
Moving on.
Yes, moving on. So Sarah's in hospital. And then we go to like a year later or something, don't we? And they've all
Yeah.
decided to go away to help Sarah. They've all decided to go away cave diving, or Juno's
Yeah.
decided, I think.
Yeah, and she's found
That's-
a new super cool cave.
Yeah, and that's the setup for the film, isn't it? They go in the cave, they get deeper and deeper in the cave, they get a bit lost, they can't get out, and they find these horrible crawler-like creatures that can't see, but they can hear extremely well, and they're extremely vicious and start ripping them all apart.
I do like the monsters. I think they're pretty cool, actually. It reminded me a bit, like the scene where I'm sat in front of,
Yeah,
it reminded me a bit of Creep.
yes, I would agree. It's a similar kind of look, isn't it? To be honest.
Yeah, like but it works. Like they're great,
Yeah.
and you see them up close properly throughout the middle of this film is really hard to explain because it's them just sort of getting lost, getting killed, trying to
Yeah.
find their way and stuff. But you see a few of them, like especially I'm probably jumping ahead, but I think it's fair to.
It's
The
fine.
bit where two of them are laying down and she's got that watch.
Yes.
And the creeper's
Starts-
right there on them, or crawler, sorry, is right there on them, and it starts going
Yeah.
off. So she lobs it, but you see his eyes, and you can see they're all glazed over, and they move, and it's just cool. I like what they did
Yeah,
there.
it looks really good, doesn't it? That scene actually is what I wanted to pick up on. It looks really cool. It's all glowing green, isn't it, in the cave? And was it Sam and I can't think of the other girl's name? Just laying there, and then the watch goes off, and you're like, "Oh shit!" Because it's really tense. The tension's good in this, especially this scene.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I think I might have jumped ahead a little bit there, but the other scene, I liked this scene, but I've done a bit of bouldering in my time, right? A bit of rock climbing. I'm not an expert,
Yeah.
but I kind of get it. And the bit
Yeah.
where they like monkey bar across that chasm, and she puts the
Yeah.
clips in. There's no even the greatest climbers on Earth. I very much doubt wouldn't be able to do what they did there.
No, your arm, shoulder strength, your finger grip, all of that would have to be insanely good.
You're holding
But-
on to like, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, holding on to sheer rock with two of your
Like the
fingers.
upper body strength, she should be a world champion climber. Like
Yeah, she would have huge shoulders, wouldn't she? And
it's ridiculous, but yeah. Anyway, nonetheless, so yes.
But apart from that,
Yeah, that was the only
Um,
bit I was a bit like,
yeah, I thought the story in general was okay. It's bare bones, but that's all it needs to be, doesn't it? It just tells a very brief, contained tale. You know.
yeah. And there was another bit as well, one I'm remembering. You know where like Juno's fighting them, starts right near the beginning. She's fighting them all off and stuff with that
Yeah,
climbing
the
pick.
pickaxe thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember watching it a couple of weeks ago, and the bit where she
yeah,
turns around and kills her friend.
yeah.
I was like, well, that's bollocks. Like, there's no way you'd be like, what? How would you not
Yeah,
know?
you'd see them. Yeah,
Yeah, but then I watched it
yeah.
again last night, and I was like,
Mm.
no, do you know what? Fair enough. Actually, it's chaotic. She's getting attacked from all angles.
Do you know, I thought the same thing. When I watched it, yeah, last week or the week before, I was like, fuck off. I mean, it's a cool
Yeah,
scene and it's a great kill, but I was like, you would see as you spin round, you'd see that's your mate and you'd instantly
yeah,
drop it or you'd throw it or, you know.
yeah,
But no, watching it last night, and like I said, I did have a couple of beers, but it happens way quicker than I remember.
yeah, yeah. And
She's
even if it
literally,
didn't, she's just fought off two of these fucking things. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. And then there is a little bit as implied as well, isn't there? That maybe it was on purpose. Maybe she did glimpse it was her and did it because
mm,
she knew that she was cheating with Sarah's husband.
maybe she is a bit of a knob.
So yeah, she's a bit of a nutcase, isn't she? In
Yeah.
Juno.
Hmm.
So that yeah, food for thought there, sir.
Hmm.
But
Storyline. So
yeah, well, that is it, isn't it? Really, they go in the cave and get lost and attacked by these crawlers, and then it's kind of I think the descent it can work in two ways, couldn't it? Descent into madness of Sarah, or
yeah,
the descent of them just basically descending into the cave.
yeah, because it reminded me also. I know this came a lot later, but as above, so below. It gave me those vibes as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I
Um,
don't know what
but
year as
this
above.
was a lot later, I
This would
think. No,
what
as
the
in as
descent.
above, so below was a lot later.
Yeah, I think so, and I think Creep was later as well, wasn't it?
Maybe. Yeah, I can't remember.
Which we covered recently with the amazing Girl and the Gay podcast, Beck and Jay.
Damn right we did.
Yeah, so big thanks to them for letting us come
Yeah,
on
thank
their
you.
pod.
But
Go
anyway,
give them a
so we
listen.
can we can loosely do the story, as in most of them get picked off throughout.
Yeah, yeah, one by one, isn't it? There's no
Yeah,
mass
and
slaughter.
then we get towards the end, and it's kind of Juno and Sarah left.
Yeah, it's all about the end, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. Do you want me to
We
go
do
through the
get.
last few bits?
Yeah, I was just going to say quickly, there are some cool sort of kill scenes, action scenes before, but it is pretty much just them going through the caves for a little while.
Yeah,
Um,
there's no real way of explaining, is there? To be
no,
honest, because
it's just
you
it's
can't
well,
really
it's
tell where they
tension
are.
building. It sort of builds their friendship, doesn't it? Apart from
Yeah.
obviously with Juno, and it builds the tension quite well.
The
Um,
Bloodwater scene's pretty cool, where she falls into the blood
yeah,
pool. I like that.
yeah. Do you want to? I was going to say that's quite near the end, isn't it? Is that
Yeah,
near
that's
the
when
end?
she's starting to fall apart. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, so I can't remember exactly which order it goes in, but I know that her and Juno have a little tiff right near the end.
they do.
Um, and young Sarah decides to throw her pickaxe, her climbing pick, through Juno's leg.
Yeah, brilliant scene. So they're fighting the crawlers, aren't they, together?
Yeah,
Which is a badass scene, actually. They're both killing them left, right, and center. Sarah sticks her thumbs into one of them's eyes, pushing their eyes into their brain, and Juno's pickaxing them and bashing heads into walls and stuff. And
yeah,
you're like,
kicking
yeah,
ass.
what a cool badass scene. And then the big reveal once they've killed them all.
Yeah,
Sarah stands there and she lets the little feather pendant drop from her hand, doesn't she?
yeah. She's like, I know.
Yes, that's it. And no words were needed. Yeah, you're just like, oh fuck, basically. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Juno realizes, bollocks. So yeah, and gets the pickaxe through the knee. So yeah, pretty painful for Juno in the old kneecap there. But
Yeah, I could imagine a better feeling.
yeah, yeah, definitely. That's not going to get fixed by a bit of ibuprofen and paracetamol, is it? But
No, well, apparently in the second one it does, but whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
but kind of well deserved.
oh, she
Sarah
definitely
just
deserved it.
yeah, and Sarah just leaves her there to die before we get the bone crawl tunnel. Do you want to tell us about that?
I will. Yeah, I do love this bit. So I mean, I don't know what the director was doing here, to be honest, but he nailed
Mm,
it because it was so good. Yeah, this was. I enjoyed this bit because, as I said, I don't know what the director was thinking here, but he nailed it. Yeah.
I
So
agree.
they're at the point where they sort of discard their old bones when they finished eating,
Mm,
and because they've been so prolific in their hunting, there is a lot of bones. Um, and young Sarah sees a light at the top of the bones and she decides to
yeah.
crawl up. But it was more the cinematography and the camera angles here.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yes,
but the
I
the
would.
light shining down. I'll come. Sorry, the side profile climbing up the bones. What were you going to say? Sorry.
I was just agreeing.
No, you were going to say something very interesting, Ben. I can feel it.
No, I was just going to say I completely agree. I liked how it was all sort of diagonal and the light just highlighting the bones as she was crawling up.
Yeah, yeah, it's damn good. It was a little bit out of
Yeah,
place, to be honest. Not out of place, but it
arty.
wasn't like it wasn't like anything else in the movie. They done
No,
a damn good job.
a lot of the film is chaotic and dark, and this it's almost like that little light. It was intended as a little ray of hope, wasn't it?
Yeah, they definitely did portray that.
Yeah, and I thought that was a very artistic shot as well.
But anyway, she emerges out the hell, almost like
Yes,
a rebirth.
indeed,
Like,
into the lands. Yeah, and do you want to carry
I'll
on?
let you
Shall I?
carry on. No, no, you
Yeah,
go.
okay, yeah. She emerges from the caves into the back where they were. Manages to get back in a car, doesn't she? And then
Yeah.
starts having a crazy meltdown as you would, screaming, crying, driving super fast. And then finally, when she gets a few miles away, stops to take a breather. And then we get that jump scare, the lorry flying past.
Yeah.
And it's a lorry with all the logs on, and it reminded me of Final Destination 2.
Yeah, it did a bit. The first kill was a bit like that as well, wasn't it? It was very
Yeah.
Final Destination-y.
It was indeed, yes. And then you think, oh God, that was, jump scare. And then the camera pans back round sharp and you see dead Ghost Juno sitting in the passenger seat.
Dead Ghost Juno.
Dead Ghost Juno, yes.
The best kind.
But this is where it gets a bit strange. You have the jump scare, and then next minute you see Sarah wake up back in the cave. So
Uh,
she's face down in the bones, isn't she? Like, oh, what?
it's good
And
though.
then
I
we,
like that.
yeah, and then we hear her daughter, don't we, calling her.
Yeah.
So she gets up and she starts sitting there and she's looking, and then she sees her daughter holding the birthday cake.
And they have a little moment, don't they?
They have a little moment, yeah, and then you realise, oh shit, she's just stuck in the cave still, and then you can hear the crawlers coming in to get her as the camera pans out. And
Yeah. And you told me that there was two endings.
there
But I
is.
didn't know. So we
There
saw
is.
the
There is.
British one.
We saw the intended ending, the British one, yeah, the original ending,
Yeah,
basically.
the one we've just explained where
Um,
she is still in the cave. Yeah.
Yeah, so us morbid Brits were like, yay, love that, woo woo,
Yeah.
amazing.
Great ending. Yeah.
And then the Americans, when it test screened over there, the Americans were like, it's good, but it's a bit dark.
Oh my God, that makes me really sad.
We want some happy, happy. So yeah, they decided to cut it. So where you see Sarah escape basically and drive off, I think it cuts. I think you still see Juno,
Hmm.
and then I think it ends there. I haven't seen
I mean, it's quite clever how he's done it, where he literally could just be like, "All right, fuck it, we'll just shave the last 3 minutes off."
Yeah, exactly.
And
Not
just
going
make
to
up-
edit in a new ending.
Yeah.
We're just going to literally hard cut. Yeah,
But,
it's
but
like-
make a perfectly reasonable ending. Like it would
Yeah.
have been like how they did it. It was great.
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I love the unrated edition ending, as it's called,
I
the
prefer that
original.
one. Yeah,
I think it's really good. When you first see it, and obviously you don't know, you think she's escaped, and then you think Juno's dead. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
fucking
and
hell.
also I've just had an idea of a way the sequel could have gone, apart from the pile of crap we got.
Yeah,
She
Go
could
on.
have, if she's trapped down there, she could have, what's the word that I'm looking for? Where she starts to sort of,
oh, like hallucinate and stuff.
no, where she starts to like thrive down there.
Oh, okay. So she could become like one of them, basically. She could.
Kind of, yeah. She kind of
Yeah.
ends up learning how to live with them, and I don't know. It could have been a whole thing about how she survives and ends
Yeah,
up
yeah.
like feral and eventually gets out and stuff. That would have been better.
It could. It could. So the creatures down here, actually, like everyone wonders what they were. They think they're monsters and stuff. But I looked into this a little bit deeper. So the crawlers, as they're called,
Yeah, they're people,
Um,
aren't they?
they're just people, basically. So when obviously most of us evolved like this, they didn't. So they were cavemen and women that were just still in the caves. They just didn't leave the caves.
Oh, that's
So
good, though.
they learned to survive in their own way, and they've evolved into the crawlers. So they're just
And-
human beings.
In fairness, that makes sense because even though
Hmm.
you kind of get the impression they're these super badass, they can climb up walls and they can kill, they're kind of okay to take down. Like the girls managed to kill a few, which does sort
Yeah.
of suggest that they are just human.
Yeah, they're not superhuman or anything, are they?
No,
They're quite
no.
squishy when you get hold of them, if you can get one of them. Um, well, they are quite squishy, aren't they? We get some
Yeah,
good.
you're right, yeah.
We get some good. I'm not going to say it yet. I'm not going to say it yet. I'm going to
No,
say it
don't
a bit.
ruin it.
Gonna build up the tension for you know
Oh,
what.
yeah, you
But
should.
yeah, they are squishy. They're just humans that haven't evolved in the same way.
Yeah, pale idiots.
There you go. So yeah, they could have gone with Sarah in that route, staying in the cave, becoming crawler-like, maybe, or just surviving as long as possible. But then that'd be quite hard to do because it would just be her, wouldn't it? Unless they send people in looking for her. But then
Yeah, she
saying
could
that,
have.
they don't know. Yeah, but they don't know what cave she's in because Juno tells them that they're going to a certain cave, but she tricks them and they don't. They go to an unnamed. They go to an unnamed cave, don't they, for a bit of adventure? Like Juno's like, other caves boring, blah blah. Yeah, so there you go.
Can we roll on to my special segment now? Because I feel like we've
Yeah.
touched on it and I want to do it.
Fine, do it.
Play it.
What did you hate?
So yeah, tell me.
I hate Juno.
Really?
Yeah, not the actress. She done a very good job. Don't get
Okay.
me wrong. But the
Yeah.
whole character is just a knob. I can't stand her. She's like, and not even because she's a cheating hoe.
Yeah.
And then decides to take her because she feels so guilty. She's like, I'm going to take it to Torquay and we're going to name it after you. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the whole, I'm such a badass now. So, oh, shut up. Oh, I'm so aggressive. Oh, no, you're boring.
Do you think I'm surprised actually?
Nah, I hated her. And then also, in the second one, she's even more insufferable.
Yeah,
She's
we'll
even
come on to the
more
second one.
badass.
Yeah, well, and also loses part of her trousers. She's suddenly got shorts on. So yeah,
While you're on that point, at the very beginning of the film, where they're whitewater rafted and she gets pushed in the water,
yeah,
but when she gets out and the husband takes her helmet off, she's got bone dry hair.
nice,
She's got
good
self
one.
drying hair. I don't like
Yeah.
Juno. I think the actress was good, and yes, the character was probably a bit necessary. But I actually argue, just if you took Juno out completely, the film would still be great.
I think it'd still be good, but I like the arc of Sarah getting her revenge. But no,
Could have
Juno,
done it
not for you.
differently, and I think they should have done. Again, the actress done a great job. Do not get me wrong; she was very, very good. Not her.
Yeah,
I just think the character,
the
as a
character,
whole
yeah.
didn't need her, and she was annoying as hell from start to finish.
Fine, disagree, but that's what did you hate? So
What
there you
did
go.
you hate?
I hate the fact that there's two different endings, and
Okay.
I hate the fact that they had a sequel, and I hate the
God, me
fact
too.
I hate the fact that the sequel carries on from the ending that not many people had seen.
When can we talk about the sequel? Because I really want to go to town on
Well,
it.
probably now. So
Oh,
after
thank God.
I was just going to say, they had the jump scare of Juno being dead, and then the sequel goes, hold up, Juno's not dead.
No, she survived hundreds of crawlers, hole in her leg.
Yeah, and
She's still
miraculously in the sequel, her knee is a lot better. It's only been 2 days, I think they say.
Yeah. There's a couple
And
of scenes
then-
where she has to straight leg it, doesn't she? She like
Yeah,
swings her
yeah,
leg.
yeah.
And
There's
that's it.
literally 2 scenes for about 2 seconds each where she straight legs it.
She,
The rest of them,
she remembers she's got a sore leg. Oh yeah, shit.
yeah, she's like Lara Croft and Rambo kind of mixed together, just fucking going nuts in the cave, killing everything.
I know, that's why I didn't like her.
Yeah, so that's weird. The sequel as a whole was not needed.
And it was
and
entirely useless. It just ripped off the first. It just copied scene for scene the first one.
yeah, it literally did. And also, Neil Marshall himself, the director of the first one, said he doesn't want a sequel.
No,
But the
good
studio,
job, 'cause it
the
was perfect.
studio were like, yeah, but the studio were like, well, we're doing a sequel because your first one made a lot of money.
They just ruined it. Like even the sheriff and the deputies. Like the deputy was fine, but the sheriff
Yeah.
just. Oh my God! What an
Yeah.
unnecessarily unlikable character.
Oh God, I know, but he did have a good death scene.
Yeah, but
That's-
we didn't
that's
need him.
how you
He was
highlight.
so pointless of a
He
character.
was so annoying and so hateful.
Oh God!
And
he was
also, would
pointless.
you have really took a trauma victim who is literally 2 days out from her trauma back into the cave?
know.
What?
I know.
That's
Yeah.
fucking terrible. And then
it's
also,
like, don't take
Yeah, go on.
guns, but I'm taking my pistol. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, and then I'm going to fire it when I'm in there. Yeah, brilliant idea. Yeah, so they can
You
all
know,
fucking hear you.
I've got one good thing to say about it, but the one thing I hate the most is actually
Yeah.
the poo water scene because they just ripped off
Oh.
the blood water scene.
Yeah, exactly. And do we really need to see the crawlers taking a shit?
That did make me chuckle though.
It made me chuckle, but it's supposed to be a serious horror film, and I didn't think
know.
it didn't fit the theme, did it? You know?
That's stupid. They were just ripping off. They needed a dirty pool scene because the first one had the blood
Yeah.
pool.
Yeah, they needed to up the amazing blood pool scene from number one.
Just put them in a pool of logs.
Yeah. Terrible. When you see the crawler squatting over the side of the fucking cliff edge, don't you? It's like, no. Yeah.
I know.
Didn't even wipe. Fucking
But
hell.
the one thing I did really like, and it's the scene where the dead body's hanging from the roof. You know, one of the climbers.
Can't remember.
So you know the scene I said that I hate. Well, I didn't hate, but like where she monkey bars across, and it's so unrealistic. Because
Oh, in the first one. Yeah.
And
No,
then
I
she's-
remember it in the first one.
The dead body's still hanging there in the second one. And they use her to get across. They like use her body.
Okay. Oh God, yeah. No, I remember now. Yeah.
That was quite
Yeah.
cool.
She's hanging there in the same laid back position, isn't she? Right next to it. Yeah. Yeah. No, I do remember. Sorry.
That was cool, but that's the only good thing I've got to say about it.
Yeah.
And Shauna did a great job as usual. So
Yeah. You gonna say hello to her for the love of horror?
do you know what? At first I was like, oh, that's cool. Now watching The Descent, I'm like, I'm more
Do you know what
tempted.
Yeah, me too. And do you know what I'd quite like if maybe they could somehow get Juno as well, and then they could do the double with Sarah and Juno.
Yeah, that would be cool. Although I am
There's
very
still-
tempted by Shannon Elizabeth off on a tangent.
Yeah, that one come out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, but that's a cool one. I remember her from
That is
American
cool.
Pie. Sorry, we're going off.
Yeah, me
Descent.
too. Yeah.
Descent.
Descent. Yeah, so Descent 2, crap. Don't watch it.
Pile of shit.
Rip off of the first one, copies the first one, make stupid decisions like why would you take a trauma victim back to the place of trauma?
I've never seen
also-
a film just literally copy the first one though.
No, and also they explain it by going, "Oh, she's got amnesia. She can't remember anything, so it's
Oh,
okay to
God.
take her back in." And then of course she starts getting the
Stupid.
flashbacks and all of that. Yeah, and then they the ending as well. The ending of number 2 is just stupid because you think, oh, okay, they're going to go for happy ending. The cop in this one has a daughter, and you think she's going to survive to get back out and see her kid, and then no, you think she's out,
yeah.
and then suddenly the fucking hillbilly guy hits her on the head with a shovel,
Yeah,
and then the
that's what
crawler
lost it for
jumps
me.
out the hole and grabs her, and like, you having a fucking laugh?
So he's been feeding them. But where was he in
Yeah.
the first one?
Exactly. It's just
It was a twist that didn't
it's not
need,
coherent.
It also makes the crawlers look weak, like they need
Yeah.
someone to feed
Like
them.
they need help,
No,
yeah.
They hunt elk and deer and stuff like they don't need you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then if they'd had a third one, then maybe you could have built on it, but they didn't.
Yeah, and I just want to forget the second part exists. If you aren't so into the first one like we are, I think the second one would be okay as a horror movie. It does have some fun moments, and obviously
that's fair. Yeah.
we're laying into it because I think our love for the first one is so high,
hmm
and I feel like the second one just shits on that. Excuse the
Okay.
pun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my take on it.
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
There you go. There you go. Shall we flick back to Descent 1 then? And you touched on the cinematography there with that bone crawling
did.
scene, didn't you? And
I did, yeah.
I thought there is some really nice shots in this. To be fair, there's a lot of chaos, but there is some very nice shots, and it's the quieter moments where they're creeping around, like the bit where Sarah first sees the crawler, and it's kind of offset to the left, and she's looking down, and
What,
you
my
see it through
picture?
No.
Oh yeah, when she's when her mate's just broken her leg.
It's about 45, 50 minutes in, I think. So it takes a
Yeah,
while
yeah.
to see the first crawler, but again, it's all build up. It's good. But yeah, when she sees it for the first time, and then you sort of think, did she actually see that? Or, you know, so lighting's used really well. I think most of it seems like natural light, or sorry, not natural light. There's no natural light down there, but I mean the light from the torches, the head torches and
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Whereas this is what I was just going to crap on again with the second one is it seemed really fucking light in the caves in the second one. I'm like, where is all
Yeah.
that light coming from?
I was gonna say for what would ultimately be a dark movie because you're in pitch black caves.
Yeah.
They've done a good
And
job
at
on
least
the first one, but yeah.
that's what I mean. The light sources actually looked like they were correct, like the torches and stuff, whereas in the second one, it looked like they'd added extra lighting that wouldn't have been in the cave or come from the torches. So, yeah, credit to the first one for keeping it dark and stuff.
And not too dark, though. Some films you say, like, they're really dark, you can't see a bloody thing. But this one, it was just right.
Yeah, good use of colour as well. The greens and reds in Descent 1 are great.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
no, it's a really good movie. Really good cinematography, sorry, I mean.
Yeah, and then just briefly, I've listened to it last night through my headphones. Sorry, watched it through my headphones. Well, listened.
You watched it through your headphones. You like that?
I watched it through my headphones and I listened to it through my TV. Yeah, that's it. So, all right. I had my headphones on when I rewatched last night. There you go.
Lovely.
And the sound was actually, I shouldn't be surprised, but it was very, very good indeed.
Yeah.
There was a bit where, and this sounds silly, but this is the kind of stupid stuff I pick up on. So near the end, where Sarah's running towards the car, when she's out the cave, you can literally hear all the equipment on her belt jangling around.
Oh yeah, that's a nice attention.
And just little things like that. I think, oh wow, that added, a bit of authenticity to it because she's still got all her climbing clips on her and everything. Obviously, it gets extremely loud when the creatures, crawlers, are around fighting and things.
Yeah, they do screech a lot, don't they?
They do, but it's good because obviously it adds to that fear factor.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It doesn't ever feel overplayed with them.
No, that's a good point, actually. It doesn't.
Yeah,
like I say,
I do good things,
Yeah, it takes a while to see the crawlers and the action to kick off, like I say. But then, when it does, it's not overplayed. So, yeah, that's a good point. That thing behind you,
very good. Yes,
Barry, one of the best jump scares in all of horror cinema.
It was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, because doesn't it come from one of them's going, "Hello, can you hear me?" or something, "Hello," and then suddenly, bang, fucking
there
hell.
He is. He's just
right behind her.
There you go, just looking straight at her.
There he
For
is.
anyone
right
that's watching, there you go.
Right behind Beth. Yeah.
I like Beth.
So this has some very good jump scares and very horror moments, I would say.
Yeah, builds attention really well, throws in some jump scares.
Yes.
Throws in some good kills.
And you know what it brings a lot of later on?
Oh, you're going to tell me.
Wet gooeys!
Wet gooeys!
Wet gooeys! Oh, wet gooeys!
There you go. So shall we talk about the wet gooeys and the deaths?
Yeah.
So I won't bore on forever about these, but I actually made a bit of a tally of how many kills Sarah and Juno got because they seem to be having a bit of a competition, didn't they?
Who won?
5 all.
5 all?
5 apiece, and special credit to Sam who had a hand in helping with one of them.
I would say that ultimately Sarah does win though because she did take out Juno. I mean,
I would agree, and also one of Juno's kills was a joint kill with Sam.
Ah, there you go.
Therefore, that could be classed as half a point.
Although Juno did kill Beth. Was it Beth or she killed her mate?
Oh, I didn't count that. Fuck. Yeah. Oof. Well, but so did. Well, no, hang on. No, she didn't kill her. She tried to kill her.
Sarah finished her off, didn't she?
Mercy killed her. That was fucking grim. But
I know it seemed somewhat unnecessary.
I mean, well, it's like, would you rather lay there and die and get eaten by the crawlers, or would you rather get your head smashed by your best friend and then?
I get the mercy kill. I just don't know if a boulder to the face was the kindest way to do it.
Yeah, what if it doesn't do it in one go and you're there just fucking bang, bang,
yeah,
bang?
I would have just. I mean, it doesn't matter what I would have done, but I just thought that was a bit brutal.
I was going to say, actually, if that was me there on the floor, what would you have done?
I would have left you there.
Yeah, you'd have probably took a dump on me and run off.
Literally about to say that. I would have taken you to the toilet area.
Yeah, I knew it. Thanks a lot, pal.
That's all right. I
would have done the same if you'd have made me get up at 10 a.m. for this.
I wouldn't be in that position. I'd just be Juno or some shit, just being a super bad man. Oh, actually, to the point, I wouldn't have fucking gone down there.
Yeah, cave diving, fuck that, no.
No, I do actually quite like caving. I don't think I'd go somewhere where we didn't have professionals.
Yeah, do you know, I've never been, but I quite fancy it, to be honest.
I do enjoy it. I don't like the ones where they go through the tiniest little gaps and squeeze themselves through. That just freaks me the F out. But
yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
caving,
also
have that.
Yeah, no, I'd like to do that. Also, that brings me back to Descent 2, just for a second. You know, one of them gets stuck and like the gap's quite small and she can't get out the gap.
Yeah.
Oh no, hang on. Or is that the cave? No, is it Descent 2 or was it the cave?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't know. I was going to say anyway that
Starts to close in on her a bit, doesn't it? If I remember right.
yeah, but then one of them tells her that she's going to die or something, and so she takes her hat off, and then she can crawl out of and then she gets out of the hole or something. It's like, well, when you took off your rucksack, took your hat off, and then it just seems like the hole's then bigger. I think I'm getting it muddled up with the cave. I think that might be the cave.
Yeah, well, I mean, equally, I don't know if you should really even be taking a rucksack caving.
No, but also why you would have tried everything to squeeze out of the hole in the first place if you're going to
She's
die.
like, well, I'm dead. You can take
Anyway.
your bag off. Nah, I'm
Anyway,
dead.
talking of small holes, are you claustrophobic then, sir, or you just don't want to be
No, I'm
stuck
not
between a couple of
claustrophobic.
small rocks?
No, I've done tunneling where you go underground through narrow like pipes and stuff. Like
Oh,
I
wow.
crawled through them. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not fun, but it doesn't freak me out or anything.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
fair.
I mean, I've watched videos of people that get stuck and do die in caving, and
Yes.
that is just one of the most like I remember watched one. I think if our American people are listening, I think it's called Nutty Putty. There's a cave called Nutty Putty,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and this guy goes into the wrong. Like he purposely goes to a bit that isn't sort of charted,
Yeah.
and he sees a hole in the floor, and he's like, right, I'm gonna go down there, but he can't. And the angle he's at, he's stuck head first, feet,
Oh, wow.
and he dies like that.
Yeah, I suppose all the blood will rush to his head, won't it, and everything.
Because
and
the
then
friends get to him, but because of the
Yeah, yeah.
angle and the tightness, they can't get him out.
Mm.
So he just
Oh, wow.
dies upside down. Like that's just horrible.
What a horrible way to go. Yeah.
And they can't even get the body out. He's just there. I'm pretty sure he's there now.
cool.
He might not be there now. They would have got the bones. But fuck that as a way to die.
That sounds fucking grim, mate.
Look, yeah, caving stuff. I remember. Do you remember
Yeah.
the old program? Going off on another tangent here. Do you remember the old program 999?
No, I don't think so. No.
Very British program when we were
Okay.
kids, and it was
Right.
like a dramatic reenactment of I think it had Nigel Burke. It was like a dramatic reenactment of real 999 calls.
Oh shit! I think I do actually.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
old school, but there was one
Yeah.
on there where these kids go caving,
Mm.
and there's a little bit where they have to like drop themselves under the water, and then they
Okay.
just bring themselves
Come back
out
up,
the other
yeah.
end. But
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of these girls does it and just gets a bit mixed up, and she ends up in this little pocket
Oh, okay.
off of the route, and she can
Yeah.
breathe because she's a bit like in
Yeah.
Descent too, but
Mm.
they can't. No one can find her. So she's there for like hours and hours and hours, and then eventually they
God.
do find her. But yeah, it
Right.
just
Yeah.
reminded me of that as
No.
well for some reason.
Oof. Horrible stuff, man. Horrible
Yeah.
stuff. Right. Back to the wet gooeys.
Are you claustrophobic?
No,
No. Okay, very good.
No.
I don't like heights though.
I don't mind. Yeah, I'm okay with heights and small spaces. Yeah.
I don't like heights.
No. Not coming skydiving then.
I know. Do you know what? I would do skydiving because it's so high you can't even really comprehend it. But bungee jumping, never.
Oh God, yeah, no way. I wouldn't do bungee
Never would I
jumping.
bungee jump.
No, I think I want to do a skydive at some point, but
I
bungee
want to
jumping,
skydive.
fuck
Yeah.
no. We could do charity skydive.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Now.
Right, wet gooeys, wet gooeys.
Vicky.
Wet gooeys, we always want more.
So I'm just going to flick through quickly because there is some real good wet gooeys in this.
Yes, there are.
Obviously, you got Paul at the start with the pole. Paul with the pole. Paul with the pole.
Pull the pole.
Yep, right through the face, blood everywhere. The Holly's next, bitten in the neck by the crawler.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Then you got Beth, who's impaled through the neck by Juno. Again, pretty good. Gruesome.
Yeah.
Not expected.
Yeah, it's a pretty good scene actually. Yeah, the
Yeah.
knife in the neck is quite cool.
Yeah, Sam gets her throat slit, so she's the one hanging off the middle of the cave, the ravine bit, isn't she? So she gets her throat
Silly
slit
girl,
and then
silly
falls
girl.
back. Yeah. Rebecca gets her stomach eaten, doesn't she? Disemboweled, basically. That's quite a good one. It's quite messy. Loads of wet
Yeah.
gooeys in that one.
Very gooey.
Obviously, you get Juno stabbed through the knee. So yeah, wet gooeys there. But then there's plenty of wet gooeys, like you say, with the blood pool. You know, that's a really cool scene where Sarah
Yeah,
comes
that is
out of the
cool.
blood. And then you get all the carnage of the fights that happen there with the female crawler.
Yeah.
Sarah stabs her with the bone, doesn't she? Is it a tooth? I think it's a tooth of something, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Stabs her with a big tooth, and then stamps on one of the crawler's heads. I remember. Juno,
Oh, yeah, that was gooey. Yeah,
Juno squishes one of their heads against the wall.
yeah, plenty of crawler
Um,
gooeys, weren't there?
The eye poke or the eye gouge, the eye thumbing, whatever you want to call it.
The thumbing, yes, the thumbing.
So I'd say wet gooeys on this are actually top notch.
I really like the wet gooeys.
Yeah, it took a while to get wet, but
Even longer to get gooey.
but once we did, wow, no holding back.
We
Yes.
were sorted.
Yes. So yeah, wet gooeys were top class in this one. Sure. I didn't
Nice.
really look into who did the makeup and special effects and gooeys, but whoever
Don't worry about
did,
it.
top class.
Good job.
Good job. Yes. So there were 10 crawlers I counted in all. Did you count any crawlers?
No, of course I didn't.
I
I
counted
did
10,
wonder
9.
throughout though, like, oh, have they done them all now? Have they killed them all? And then you see
No,
the scene
no,
where
no.
she screws Juno over. I'm like, oh no, there's shitloads of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I counted 9 male, 1 female, but yeah, there's tons in there.
Yeah.
Tons.
They'd
They've
have
been living down there since the dawn of man.
Yeah,
you know.
these pesky tourists come down.
Exactly. Oh, that's a good point, actually. So there's kind of a theory that the girls are the baddies, to be honest, because
I agree.
they went into the crawlers' habitat, the crawlers' home, and they started fucking around in their house. So the crawlers are like, "What are you doing in my house?"
Yeah, get out. And
You
obviously
know?
there'd been miners that had gone there historically before them.
Yeah, exactly. So
just
yeah,
had enough.
there is a theory that the girls are the villains. Da, da, da.
Yeah, I think they are the villains, you know.
There you go. There's also another theory that it's all in Sarah's head, but I don't buy that one.
No, I don't think that.
The crawlers, sorry, are all in Sarah's head, and that Sarah's the one doing the murders.
I mean, possibly. That seems like a bit of a stretch, though.
It is a little bit of a stretch, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, that just seems
Not
like
my-
a fan theory for no reason.
yeah, not my favourite theory there.
No,
But
don't like that.
so yeah, there you go. Juno, Sarah, 5 kills apiece, 1 for Sam, but we're giving it to Sarah because she does Juno over, which is top class. Yes,
Top class.
There you go. Right, I think we're nearly there, aren't we? To be honest.
Yeah, shall we? You
What's your-
words.
Words. Favourite scene. Got a favourite scene?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty obvious. It's the bone crawl scene.
Yeah, fair. Okay, nice.
I mean, I've gone through it already. I don't want to go through it again. It's just
No,
perfect.
no, exactly. Mine
about
would
you,
probably
Ben?
be where Sarah and Juno team up and smash the crawlers before Sarah does
Okay.
Juno in the knee. So I just thought it's just badass, pretty much, isn't it? They're both
Yeah,
just looking like super strong characters, just killing all the crawlers.
Damn straight. I love it.
There you go. There you go. So, right, we've got some social media comments, Grant.
Oh, do we?
I'm going to enlighten everyone with. Yes, we do. So,
Good now.
bear with me. I will. Just got to flick through my notes, Grant.
While you're there, I'll read a couple of goofs. So,
Yeah.
as the girls are heading into the caves in their jeeps,
Hmm.
the spare wheel switches sides on the rear of the older vehicle. There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah. When Sarah falls in the pool of blood, the torch falls behind the big rock to her left. But in the next shot, the torch is on top of the rock.
Oh. Someone made a balls up.
I know. All right, all the
Right.
factual errors. All of the spines in various bone paths throughout the movie have the spines intact and the intervertebral disc still present in the spines. Intervertebral discs, however, are cartilage, not bone, and would have decayed. Well.
There you go. A little bit of biology for you as well. Who knew?
Not as exciting,
Okay.
that one, but there you go, it's facts.
Well, getting all educational there, man. I like it.
Yeah, we've learned
Right.
something.
Yeah, which is surprising listening to this, but hey, let's crack on. So yeah, we'll put out a little post just asking some of you to comment on this movie, and you've done us proud. So on Facebook, we've got Ashley Cording, who said, loved it. Watched as a kid, about 14. Haven't seen the sequel, but this one holds a special place in my heart, alongside a few other horrors I watched on my tiny portable DVD player as a kid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Portable
good
DVD
story there,
players, they
man.
take me back.
Yes, cool. Bloody hell, don't they just?
Yeah, and don't bother
So-
with Descent 2 in case you haven't got it from what we've said. You don't even
Yeah.
need to worry about it, mate.
Don't bore yourself with that shit.
No.
Graham Stewart, also on Facebook, says superb movie. Haven't watched in a while. Never did see the sequel. Good.
Ah, good, yeah. Good
Yes.
choice.
High
Done well
five,
again.
Graham. High five, Graham. Yes, do not watch sequel. Luke Melia, a good friend Luke,
Yes.
says one of my favourites. I really wanted the license for this to make a game, but it sadly never happened. Oh, that is a shame.
You
'cause,
better get cracking, Luke.
I was going to say that would be a bloody good board game. I don't know how it would work. I'm not a board
Only
game
if you have
designer.
to dress up as cavers. Otherwise, I don't want to know.
Dress up as cavers.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Could
Or
do
wear
that
a
in your
special
daily
helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special helmet.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Nothing more needs to be said there.
No, Dan Humphrey says, hated it if I'm honest. Wait, watched it when it come out, and I haven't given it another go since. Now, before you say anything, I've already told Dan off for this.
Okay.
I see him on occasion, and I've told him off for this. He's wrong. Dan, you're wrong if you're listening.
He is just
How
wrong.
dare-
I mean, I know people have opinions, but I don't care. That one's just wrong.
Yeah, that's a wrong opinion, Dan. Go
Yeah,
back
Dan.
and watch it, and report
Now.
back after.
Yeah.
Watch it right now. It's probably not even
My
going to
voice went high pitched there. I was so offended. Yes.
Yeah, certainly did. Right, Andrew Peck says, love it, one of my faves. Hope for a 4K release. Found the sequel disappointing, though, from memory.
That's very kind of him. It's a very nice way of putting it, isn't it?
Yes, Andrew, you are not wrong. The sequel is most disappointing, and a 4K version of this would be absolutely disgustingly brilliant.
That would be
Yeah.
nice. I wouldn't like some special edition type job, like Blair Witch
Yeah.
did with the whatever
Yes,
you got.
yes. Yeah, Second Sight released some really cool
Yeah.
special editions. Yeah,
Wouldn't
they've
mind
got a
a
new
bit of
one
that.
coming of When Evil Lurks, actually.
Ooh.
Which I'm very tempted, but it's 40 squids.
That's not awful.
It's not awful. Right, we've got some comments from Instagram.
Yep.
That's what I mean. I tell you, we had quite a good response on this, So Instagram, we've got Lumberjay Reviews, our good friend Jay from the Girl and the Gay podcast.
Oh, yes, Jay.
Everything about this film is a 10 out of 10 for me. Good man. That's what we like. Thank you.
Great answer.
Horror Nerd UK says, I think it's a great movie.
Yeah, it is
not
a great
wrong.
movie. Yeah.
Not wrong. You Run podcast. So Scott and Mark from You Run. 5-star underrated gem with a great UK ending.
Very well said.
Yes, very well said. Is it underrated though?
I don't think people talk about it enough. I think it does get quite a
Okay.
bit of love.
Yeah.
But,
No, that's fair.
whenever anyone's going through like their top movie, blah, blah, I don't ever hear
Yeah.
it come up.
Yeah, it's a shame. So, okay, yeah, underrated. Horror Project podcast say the bleak ending version is the best.
Yeah,
They're not
very
wrong
well
either.
said. No,
Yes,
everyone's
thank you.
right, except for Dan.
Yeah.
Dan's not right.
Yeah, everyone's right. Dan, you're not. Dave B Movies. So Dave says, not seen it yet. I guess I should soon. Dave, and now I know you've seen it now because we've spoken since, but Jesus,
But this
man.
reminds me of you.
Shut up. Just shut your dirty mouth.
Any movie, haven't seen it. Right, okay.
Stop it, or I'm going home.
You are home, you peanut.
I know, but anyway, no. But Dave has seen every movie ever, I think.
Oh, apparently not Descent.
So this one has escaped him.
Did he tell you what he thought of it when he watched it?
I don't think so. Dave,
No.
let us know what you think now. Thank you.
Yeah, no,
oh no, hang
no.
on. He did say the other day he thought it was cool.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Right, and then we've got Skye, who is under the name Watch More Horror, who says one of the best modern horror movies ever made. Did for caving what Jaws did for sharks. Yeah, I'd like to agree. What
That is a really clever way of putting it.
it is, isn't it? Actually, yeah.
Love
I take
that.
it, Skye. I take it's put you off of caving then. But
Yeah, I mean, Jaws didn't put me off sharks though, so I don't know.
no, that's fair. But it did a lot of people. So
I do want to go, swimming with sharks in the cage. I do want to do that.
ooh, that'd be good. Yeah.
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 Anyway, sorry, that's not. It's unrelated.
Just a few more, and then we'll get out your
Then we're
hair
off.
and leave you to your day.
Yeah.
Right, TikTok. The world of fucking TikTok, like we said, oh my God, is the weirdest place in the world.
However that works.
Yeah, so some of the names here, I'm going to try my best to pronounce. If I fuck them up, I do apologise in advance. So
He's not sorry.
I am. I'm super sorry. Natasha Effenberg says, couldn't watch it. Gave me major anxiety and claustrophobia.
That's fair.
Understandable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And then Oni says, I love this movie. One of the few horror movies which has good jump scares.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true as well. Yeah,
Completely agree. We touched briefly on the jump scares, didn't we?
yeah, I agree.
With good old Barry behind you there, one of the best.
Yes, Barry.
Paul Lavender says, claustrophobic, British, anxiety-inducing, more cetrally needed, and one of the last best Neil Marshall movies.
More surgically needed, yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So no,
Accurate.
completely agree.
Yeah.
It's very British. It's very anxiety inducing.
I think that's why we love it, though, because it feels like it's ours, doesn't it? You
Yes.
know, as an English
Yeah.
horror lover, you're like, yeah, that's our
That's it. Close to home, innit? That's what we
Yeah.
like. Yeah. Natalie Vasey says, love this film. Still not seen the second one though. Good.
Good.
Good. Yeah. That's all
Smart
we need to
choice.
say on that one.
Yeah.
Yes. Clearly a clever person. And then finally, Creepy Girl Movie Reviews says, love it. It was terrifying, mostly because I'm very claustrophobic.
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
That's exactly what I was going to say. How dare you?
Absolutely, yeah. Oh,
So
well,
yes, thank you all very much for all those comments. There was plenty.
yeah. Except for Dan's. That was
Yeah. Yeah,
unnecessary.
Dan, have a word with yourself. Yeah. Right. That's pretty much it then, boys and girls. It just leaves our final rating and then for us to blather on about what we're going to do next. So
Yes.
do you want to go me or you? Me or you? Me or you?
No, you go. You go.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Nice. Mine is 8 out of 10.
Ooh, still
And
good though.
let's not see that as a negative. It's just, yeah, I mean, 8 out of 10 is a fucking unbelievable rating. Yeah,
Fucking great. 8 out of 10.
Very good.
1 point off because you hate Juno.
exactly. And The Cave 2, minus 20.
The Cave 2. You
Sorry,
made a
not The
sequel
Cave
to
2.
The Cave.
No, God, no one wants that. The Descent 2, minus 20.
Yeah, Descent to, I don't know, 4 out
Doesn't
of 10.
exist. Just pretend it doesn't exist.
Pretend it doesn't exist. We didn't talk about it. Yes.
Didn't talk about it.
No. Right. Pretty much wraps it up. I hope you've enjoyed us prattle on.
Wait, what are we doing next? We've got to do that quick, you said.
We have. So next, you know what we're doing next. It's one of your
I know, but
faves,
you
I
wanted
think.
to talk about it. It is one of my, and the second one of it as well. Both of them are great.
I don't remember the second one, but I do remember watching it and it was decent. So next, we are going to do the found footage film, Grave Encounters.
Very good.
Bum. Now, I think this one is a little underrated. Or maybe not
Yeah.
underrated, but
Bit of a
under
hidden gem, isn't it?
not heard of. Yeah, hidden gem. There you go. So
Top
hopefully
class.
you'll tune in for that one. If we haven't bored you silly with this one.
Impossible.
Impossible, I agree as well.
Yeah.
But, you know, especially as we're doing this at 10 a.m. So hopefully we're wide awake and full of life. Yay. I think I might have woke up a bit
Yay.
now. I think
Yeah,
at the
good,
start I
see?
was maybe a bit drab and boring, but I think I've finally woken up
Yeah. See, that's how life works,
a
mate.
bit late in the day. Right, just quickly, we've got 1 minute on the old timer
Yeah.
before we get
Get
kicked
on
off
with
of
it.
Zoom because we're cheap asses. So come and find us on all of the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, although we ain't done much on there lately. What else? Twitch, Discord.
Twitch, Discord.
Shall we do some of the others? Shall we do X and Blue Sky and all that, or should we just not bother?
I can't bother with that.
Yeah, might do though. Bigger reach. Anyways,
We're going to do something a little bit different on our YouTube soon, just really quickly. We're going to go down a different avenue, try some new things out, so stay tuned.
yeah, shorter videos and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
instead of massive long ones.
And some
Anyway,
reaction stuff like that. So yeah, a bit
Right.
different.
Come on, let's piss off.
Right, bye everyone.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Horror movie maniacs, horror movie maniacs, they'll make you scream and laugh. Horror movie maniacs. Grand poses will get you hate today. Ben's grinning, what believe you'll say? From ghostly ghouls to eerie scores, go dig deep in the horror's core. Horror movie maniacs, horror movie maniacs, they'll make you scream and laugh. Horror movie maniacs, horror movie maniacs, they'll make you scream and laugh. Horror movie maniacs.